Hello, everybody. I hope you're well and enjoying it's been quite warm actually. It's been quite warm during the day anyway. At night it's freezing, but yeah, it's uh, it's been quite nice seeing the sun, feeling the warmth. So with that in mind, with big light in mind, I thought today I would take you through a guided meditation to activate your 12 strand DNA. Reset, so this is a big one, reset your divine blueprint, activate the harmonic light body. um, and I do actually have on YouTube, so I will grab it after the show. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to find it in our meditation videos. I do actually have a version of this with all the frequencies in it as well. But I couldn't do that, and unless I was Carly with 8 arms, I couldn't actually do that and read it out at the same time. So, are you ready? Make sure you're sitting comfortably. You might want to grab a blanket if you've got one to hand. And I will begin. So, activating your 12 strands of DNA. So that's basically what we're doing is we're switching on the light of the being that you truly are. Okay. This will greatly accelerate your self-mastery, your self-realization, or the process of expansion of consciousness, or what people call ascension. So in conjunction with your 12 strand DNA activation, there is also an aligning with love consciousness. And as much as possible, we'll get into your expansion of consciousness through this meditation, and which raises your frequency. So love consciousness is our natural state of being. Yeah. We recognize that as 432 hertz, yeah, as a frequency. So it's essentially what we're doing is we're getting rid of the BS to really tune into who you truly are. Okay. So the 12 strands of DNA comprise of 2 strands in the physical realm, which is the physical body, and then the rest are all to do with the etheric body. So you've got the mental body, the emotional body, your soul family, which are the people who cross your path, who you instantly recognize as your tribe or your soul family, however you want to kind of see that. And then the last one is the void connection. So you could say that's the universe or the multiverse. But again, we like to say that is the void because that's the infinite possibilities. Yeah. So these etheric DNA strands have basically been dormant. Now you could say that's by choice. If we are essentially very powerful beings that have chosen to come here, then we've chosen to, if you like, compress ourselves into a very narrow bandwidth to experience this human thing. Yeah. Very condensed form of, something that you could talk about for hours. But now, as we're in this time of ascension, expansion of consciousness, awakening, however you want to describe that, now's the time to reawaken those dormant strands of DNA. Even science, in its very limited, rigid way of being, has kind of caught up with this idea, this magical idea that there are spare bits of DNA that they don't know what they're for. Well, there we go. That's science's answer. So if you think of it like this, so if you were a computer using just the 2 strands of DNA, right now in this frequency of restriction and suppression, you would be like a Spectrum ZX16K. Yeah, so very slow and not really capable of doing anything more complex than loading a very simple game or running very simple code. And obviously no connection to any high speed anything. Yeah. So the idea of reawakening our dormant nature, if you like, through the inner work, you get to move to a different perspective. So from that perspective, you have a different perception. Yeah. And when you combine this with aligning to love consciousness, you know, that's limitless possibilities. Yeah. And basically the synchromistic journey either continues, if you've been doing it already, you are on your journey. And there is certainly a multi-dimensionality which comes with living by your intuition. Yeah. We call that fluidic thinking. Letting go of that very rigid past conditioning, which we all have. We were all conditioned, we were all programmed. It's just something, again, you could say we agreed to that to be able to come here. Yeah. We had to be in a restriction, if that makes sense. Yeah. So this ripple effect of doing the inner work, of changing your frequency, of realigning to 432 hertz, literally will change what you experience. And again, that comes from within and ripples out. Yeah. And you could even argue the instant manifestation is here. Not necessarily at the click of a finger, but it's not that far off. Okay. So the intention to do this work, to activate and align to our natural way of being, is very potent. So intention, as I'm always saying, is 99% of universal law, is everything. Yeah. And it's where we begin. So we'll be doing intentions through this guided meditation. And we awaken to be super conscious, super aware of our potential and frequency. And that's what's at the heart of this meditation. Obviously, everything is frequency, vibration, and sound. And electromagnetism, which is a frequency, is part of this energy that everything is comprised of. Everything. Everything. Yeah. So meditation. So this is a guided meditation that I'm going to take you through. Is a way to set a brainwave state. So alpha through to gamma. So alpha, theta, delta, gamma. In which you can make those inner changes. So it's a bit like hypnosis, if you like. And when you fully embrace this tool that meditation is, which is in everything, you can do anything throughout your day, you can make it a meditation. Yeah. You can really see some very interesting results. And I've experienced some of these myself, instant healing, that feeling of being the void, if you like, even being able to hear the voice of your soul, which is very different to that programming, that conditioning, which we're all kind of trying to stop. And all you got to do really is just open the door, have that mind being open. And if you have the eyes with which to see, you will see this synchromistic journey unfold in front of your eyes. Okay. So before we do the activation, we'll be connecting with Mother Earth and Father Sky, and then bringing those energies together at the heart center. And this is where the activation comes from. So we're going to begin the meditation. So, oh, that's interesting. Let me just switch that on. Okay, and I'm back. There we go.
Hello?
I'm still here.
Can anybody hear me?
I'm here.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we'll drop out and come back, Angie. Oh, we hear
Yeah.
you now.
So I've switched on my backup internet. There's always a workaround. Okay, so we're going to begin the meditation. So find a comfortable place and position in which to sit. If you do want to be reclined, keep the heart higher than the knees, so it kind of helps not to fall asleep. So I want you to close your eyes, and we're going to do 3 types of breath pattern called the 4-4-8 breath pattern. So you breathe in for 4, you hold the breath for 4, and then you breathe out for 8. So you can do 3 of those, and with each exhale, you can let go with a sigh. So you can do that now. Breathing in for 4. Suspend the breath for 4. And then breathe out for 8. So repeat that 2 more times. And as you do this, really feel yourself begin to release and relax. So breathing in for 4. Suspend the breath for 4. And breathing out for 8. And one more time, breathing in for 4. Suspend the breath for 4. And breathing out for 8. So the idea of this breath pattern is it gets your body into that relaxed state. It activates that relaxed state. So throughout this meditation, the breath is relaxed. And if at any time you feel yourself kind of wandering off, you can always bring your attention back to the breath. So allow my words to guide you on this journey. Any visuals you experience will kind of flow in and out, a bit like a cloud, yeah. You might not experience visuals, that's fine. You may experience sensations or feelings instead. You might even hear words. It's all good, okay? So I want you to place your attention at your heart center, and if you want to, you can bring your hand, either hand, to the center of your heart. And I want you to really feel into that space. So go inside, yeah. So if you want to, you can even create a space and furnish it however you wish to, right here and now, okay? So breathing. And just see what that feels like inside that space of your heart. Breathing and releasing. So now we're going to take our attention to the base of your spine, the root chakra. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to visualize a conduit which is as wide as your hips, which moves down into the earth, the mother, yeah. So it goes all the way down, past the roots of the trees, past the bodies of water, past the crystal formations, all the way down to the center of the earth. So when you get there, I want you to really feel into that energy. So this is a magnetic energy, okay? So really feel into what that is like. And then on your next inhale, we're going to bring up the essence of that energy back up the conduit, back up into the body, And I want you to hold that energy at your heart center. So now take your attention to the top of your head, the crown chakra. And here you will find a thread of gold, which you can follow up through the clouds, up through the stratosphere, past the planets in our system, out to the edges of space, to the void, which is far. So I want you to poke your finger through that dark veil there and slip through into the inkiness of the void. So here in the void is the infinite possibilities of the quantum. Everything that ever was, is, and will be is here in that 0 point. So again, I want you to feel into this energy. This is the electricity energy, yeah? This expansive energy. Feel into that. And then on your next exhale, we're bringing the essence of this energy, this electricity energy, back down with you, guided. We're bringing that energy back down from the void, following that golden thread all the way down through your crown. And again, hold this at your heart center with the magnetic energy. So at your heart center, you now have the energy of Mother Earth and Father Sky. This is the, bear with me. Oh. So at your heart center, you now have this electromagnetic energy. And this is where the activation begins, with this energetic field which emanates from your heart and can go for miles. Yeah, this can go for miles when it's activated to its.
And yeah, we're losing you again. You're rubber banding and we're not doing what you're saying, and then it's catching up and it's going really fast.
Damn. I don't know, because I cleared my cache. I've got, I wonder if I turn that off, that might work. Let me just see if it works better with the with just my mobile data. It might do. Is that better?
Yeah, still no volume. Can't hear you.
Damn.
I was just getting into that as well.
Damn.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that was good. But it was, you know.
Let me just see if I.
We'll just wait for Angie to do what she can at her.
Okay, let me come out and go back in. Leave. Join.
Even come back in. It's
yeah.
Like turn the computer on and off.
It's my stupid phone.
You're back. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. So where did we get to? Just so I don't repeat myself.
Well, it was difficult because it was fading in and out and rubber banding and little glitches.
Okay.
Start from a minute before I jumped in.
Okay, in the void. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So you're in the void where the infinite possibilities reside, the quantum, yeah? So everything that ever was, is, and will be are here in this 0 point, okay? So I want you to feel into this energy. So this is the energy of electricity, yeah? It's the male, the masculine energy, okay? So really feel into that expansive energy. And then with your next exhale, bringing that essence of this energy back down with you, guided by that golden thread down through your crown, and hold it at your heart center. So what you have now at your heart center, you have the energy of both Mother Earth and Father Sky, which is the electromagnetic energy. So this is where the activation begins, with this energetic field, which can emanate for miles. When it's activated to its true potential, it goes for miles. So I want you to pause here and take 3 deep breaths, yeah, and really feel what that is like, yeah. And if anything comes up, just observe it and then release it with an exhale, okay? So just 3 breaths here, breathing in and out, normal breathing. And then when you're ready, you can use this electromagnetic energy to summon back to you any energy that you may have left with people, places, or experiences when you encountered them. So you can just set this intention. It's that powerful. And then just feel that energy, those bits of energy coming back. And as it does, it gets transmuted to the frequency of your heart chakra, your being, 432 hertz. And this is the superpower of your electromagnetic energy, of your heart center. So this returning energy, once transformed to the frequency of 432 hertz, then combines with the energy, the frequency you hold. And this frequency of 432 hertz, then it starts to expand and permeates every cell of your being and shines light on every aspect of your divine self, activating the opportunity. It's an opportunity, yeah, to self-mastery. So your mission, if you choose to allow it, is to fully align with this opportunity. So it's up to you to open this door and allow these changes to take place. So take a few breaths here if you choose to allow yourself to open up to the opportunity for self-mastery and activate all 12 strands of your DNA and beyond. You can say, to yourself, yes, I am going to allow this to be, yeah. So take a couple of breaths. And then we're going to set our intention. Fly buzzing around my head, that's funny. So I want you to repeat these internally to yourself, okay? So I'm going to go slowly so you won't get lost. I hereby set the intention that my divine soul blueprint be restored to its original state of perfection, as it was created by divine source at my soul's origination. I request the following for myself to be carried out throughout all dimensional and energetic aspects of my being, in all concepts of time and densities throughout all of existence. I summon to myself the highest quality divine DNA to fully activate within me. I reclaim my 432 Hertz aligned DNA. I intend a clear channel of communication and manifestation between my subconscious, conscious, and superconscious. Ensure that the subconscious, conscious, and superconscious are connected and in perfect alignment, working together in complete harmony towards my highest path and purpose under all conditions. Activate, light up, etherically connect, rebundle, and replicate the 432 Hertz aligned DNA throughout my whole being, thus creating the harmonic body with sacred geometric patterns which reflect my divine soul. Thank you. Extend this intention to reset the entire divine blueprint for the whole of creation. Thank you. Just take a few breaths here. And we continue. I fully reclaim my highest soul expression and welcome forth my higher multiversal self. I activate this highest level which complements my journey. I fully accept the divine ascension codes, 432 hertz, harmonic tones, cosmic rays of evolution, and source light amplifications into my whole being, fully. Take a breath. And just a little bit more. Together, they amplify my higher self and ascended states of being. In all dimensional and energetic aspects of my being. In all concepts of time and densities throughout all of existence. I command this in grace and as a being of pure source consciousness, to express as a viable reality the raising of all my consciousness, to resonate with the timeline of pure and true ascension. And so it is, ad astra. So that's the end of the affirmation. So we're now going to go into a visualization. So I want you to visualize a warm golden light which is expanding from your heart center, touching every part of your 12 DNA strands. The strands are spiraling through the central channel of your spine, moving through and balancing your 7 main chakras and also the higher heart chakra, which is where the thymus gland is. This light then moves through your whole being, like fairy lights, switching on all through you. Really feel this lighting up, this activation, as it refreshes your whole being. You are bathing in light. You begin to feel energized and restored as this light continues to move through your divine soul blueprint, which is now being restored and upgraded to its full potential. New insights and wisdom will bring new opportunities on your synchromistic path, guided by your soul and your intuition. Your illuminated path is being woven with the help of Ariane Rod, if you know her, and or your spirit guides, angels, other deities, whoever it is that you connect to for this type of work. This illuminated path is the higher course, full of richness, synchromistic, magical happenings, those unexplained things that cannot be explained. You are a receiver of higher energies, which in turn allow you to absorb easily even the higher frequencies and light codes. Feel yourself integrating new frequencies and codes easily, and then anchoring them into your physical plane of existence through your heart center. And then notice how everything is touched by this energy. Any excess energy that you don't need simply flows down through the conduit at the base of your spine and back to Mother Earth. It's perfect in its simplicity. Take a few breaths here. Breathing. Notice anything which might come up, and then let it go with the breath, with the exhale. So we're now going to set an intention that this whole process is done easily and effortlessly and integrates perfectly into your whole being. Because you have a knowing about you now. Your senses may feel heightened. There may be an elevated sense of being, of perspective. You may experience more joy, more peace, contentment, stillness, and the releasing that need to always be in control of the rudder, if you like, as this love consciousness, this energy has now been activated within you. You may even feel that your soul's expression is much clearer, that your physical body restores itself quickly. You may even notice your ability to manifest a more nurturing way of being in different aspects of your life. You can certainly be confident and secure in the enjoyment of this heightened awareness. And you may even feel that this activation will alchemize and transmute any density that comes into your auric field. So it is possible to practice this regularly every day if you want to. So the more you practice this, and like I said, I do have it on YouTube as a fully immersive experience with frequencies and stuff, the stronger your light will be, and the more light you can hold, yeah, and then the more density you alchemize. So it creates a divine loop, if you like. The more you do it, the stronger it gets. The more you do it, the stronger it gets. Yeah. So we're going to move now into the daily life path. So I'm going to count you down from 5 to 1, with number 1 being fully awake. So counting down 5. You are now open to the frequency of 432 Hertz and how this frequency enhances your being. 4. You feel more alert and awake with each number that is counted. You have just received the gift of your life. 3. Every aspect of your being is heightened and functioning at optimal energy as you begin to move your fingers and toes. You realize all limitation has been released. 2. Feeling fully restored and refreshed as you move your hands and feet. Have a stretch if you need to. And know that your sleep tonight will be sound and peaceful if it wasn't already. And 1. Eyes fully open and you are aware of your surroundings, ready to continue the rest of your day or night. So when you're all ready, when you're all back in the room, if anyone would like to share their experience through that meditation, I'm very nosy. I like to know these things.
Yeah, it took me a few seconds to get back into it after the glitch thing.
That's okay.
There's a tranquility for me. There's always a tranquility when I meditate, whether I do it on a conscious level or unconscious level. Tranquility and contentment is always my sort of flow.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. And that's where I was just there then again. So despite the upheavals and troubles and strife of the daily things that we have to do,
yes,
that tranquil flow is there underneath. And that brings it to the surface.
Cool. That's really cool.
So that's my bit.
You go ahead, Zeb. I went really, really cold and then went really hot.
Cool.
My projection, I project all the time. It's got a lot stronger, but it's really calm with it.
Oh, wow. That's very cool. Wow.
Sorry, carry on, Kev.
I felt a sense of peace, but a knowing that also I felt a knowing that we aren't restricted by 432, but all frequencies are available to our chakras, like 528, and the other solfeggio frequencies are available as well.
Absolutely.
By one, like 432. Sure, I have a 432 flute that I can play to resonate like a P.
That's cool. But, I like that.
And I agree with the 432 is more resonant with my body, but 528 is the love frequency, I think, but I could be mistaken. I think 528 is the frequency of my heart, but I might be mistaken on that.
Well, what I'd say, Kevin, is, it's different things for, so, it's not one size fits all kind of thing, is it?
No.
That's not what this experience we're all having is all about. It's not one size fits all.
No, it's just to open our minds to new ways of enlightenment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I get it. It's great. Wonderful. Well done, Angie.
Thank you. Love indeed. Did anyone get any visuals? I'm always interested to know if people got visuals.
I had loads of hexagons.
Hexagons? Oh, wow.
And
that's
they were
interesting.
like in a blue orb, then they changed to green, and then they went to red, back to blue, then back to green again.
Was that light blue or dark blue?
A light blue orb.
Ah, so that's the throat and the heart chakra.
Ah.
That's interesting. That's very cool.
That's funny. I wear a turquoise and a crystal and a shell over my heart area.
Ah, that's very cool. I like that.
Triangles in green. What does that mean?
What way up were they? Were they pointy end up?
Yes.
That's the kind of that's the masculine energy. When the triangle has the point facing up, that's the masculine energy. So it might have been. So then we're in green, yeah.
Just green, yeah, like shimmering green.
That's cool. I like that. What that might have been was a balance at your heart center of the if the masculine energy was slightly unbalanced at the heart. I think what you've had there is a balancing. That's what it sounds like to me. Because we brought in both energies, the masculine and the feminine energy, to the heart center. I'd say that's what you had there. There's a balancing.
It was like a row of triangles.
Oh, wow.
5 or 6. There was 5 or 6, and then they joined up into a circle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool. Do you feel differently? Do you feel in any way different to before the meditation?
I feel calmer.
Okay. Yeah, so that's brought a balance.
I'm not a very calm person at the moment. I struggle with anxiety, but I do feel calmer. I must admit, yes.
Wow, that's very cool.
I feel more peace, but have you ever felt the impression of a inverted triangle from the cosmic consciousness coming down into our hearts, and then a right-sided triangle also being there, but extending below into another area? So
the Merkaba.
Yeah,
Merkaba energy.
The points join in our heart, or the vortex is 0 point.
Yeah, so that sounds like Merkaba energy. Yeah, I've played around with that. I don't know. I don't know. Merkaba energy is. I'm not sure it works for me. It might sound a bit weird, but.
I'm still fully tingling. I haven't stopped.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That is so cool. Wow. I don't know if any of you are finding this at the moment. Whenever I sit in meditation, I go really, really like ice cold, like I'm sitting in ice. Yeah. And I get like, it's like prana tingles, but it's more than that. And then, I might go off and, go wherever I'm going, but that's always and I've spoken to other people that are having the same experience at the moment. We're in meditation, that very same thing. So it'd be interesting to hear if any of you are. It sounds like you're experiencing that, Zeb.
Yeah, mine's really hot. My body's going hotter and hotter and hotter.
I'd say so. For some people, healing is the heat. For other people, it's a coolness. So again, it's not, healing is always cool. It could be heat. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because I find I cool down later. Every time this happens, I end up cooling down slowly.
Yeah. That's quite interesting.
I took my wool sweater off, and I'm lucky it's cold here. I can just step out on the balcony. But yeah, I feel the heat more than cold.
Okay. That's interesting. Anyone else?
Well, I thought my central heating had kicked in, but I just got up whilst you were talking to take my shirt off because I was hot.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So,
sorry, when most people that you found that went cold, did you check to see if they were actually female, and then see whether there's a difference in the males?
Now that's interesting. It was because I was doing some sound healing. I was filling in for a yoga teacher doing some sound healing in a women's group, and so yeah, it was ladies that were feeling that coolness. Now that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I was cold. I go cold.
That's funny with the female association with the moon. and the male's associated with the sun,
Yep.
and the moon has a cold,
Yep.
cold light,
Yep.
and the sun has warm light.
Yep. Isn't that fascinating? That's fascinating. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing.
Because only once when I was poorly before, I can't sleep in the bed. I just turn around and end up getting pools of water.
Yeah.
And I get loads and loads of water. But when I was poorly, I'd actually filled the floor by about 3 inches. And
Wow.
when the paramedics come, they were like, is there a tap broken? And I was like, no, comfortable. Because even though it was, to them it was cold, for me it was really warm.
Yeah.
And it's like I was swimming and floating.
Wow. Wow.
So I thought I'd share that with you.
That's amazing. Wow.
I feel almost a need for bathing in Epsom salts and boron, and I don't know. My body feels better when I do it. If I just have a shower, or I don't have a shower, it's not the same as when I have that bath with Epsom salt and boron and baking soda and maybe a lavender oil or eucalyptus oil.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem the same if I don't do that.
Mm.
So I find it so comforting in the morning. I don't know.
Would that be the salt opening the pores, and then in the same way, drinking the universe? Wouldn't that be the same kind of feeling? Because we are the universe and we are us.
I feel when I'm immersed in the water, just as if I'm immersed in the Gulf of Mexico or America now.
Yes.
Similar feeling where you can just, I fill up the tub, so I'm somewhat suspended in there, right? So
Yeah.
it's, I don't know, it's very difficult to explain, but I feel the water.
Travel. You know when you feel through water, Kevin, you travel.
Mm.
I feel like the memories are coming in.
Yeah. I do it regular. I really about 6 times.
It's hard to really explain. It just feels the camaraderie of another piece of nature with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit like, I suppose you could say, so that if the void space is the infinite possibilities and where we are the void, yeah.
Yeah.
But how, in a, so we use Dead Sea salt when we soak in the bath, and it is like you are in the void.
Mm-hmm.
When you are soaking in a bath like that, is especially if you can get to a point where you can, so as you breathe in, you can really feel your body floating, and then you breathe out, and obviously you sink again, but you can get a real sense of, without having a flotation tank, you can get a real sense of levitation. Yeah. And it's really cool.
I'm naturally buoyant, so if I float in the Gulf of Mexico, in Sarasota, like I was doing, I was naturally buoyant, and I could, I was able to not move, but just float with my arms extended, with my eyes closed, in the form of meditation. I would open my eyes occasionally, see where I was. I want to float out to sea.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, Kevin.
There's a portal of energy in Sarasota at Turtle Beach that I was near. I met someone there, and it was so amazing because it was a higher frequency area, but the goal right there is higher as well. So it was quite fascinating to find that vortex of energy. Some people call it a portal in Sarasota. So
wow.
Yeah, it wasn't visual. It was not visual. It was energetic. Only. Yeah.
Yeah, but you always know when they're about, because I don't know, there's you just know when that energy changes. So yeah, that's really cool. Very cool.
Yeah, you can feel an increase.
Can I look and leave you all? Love. Are you off? Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I've got my hairdresser just come. No worries. Okay.
Have a good
Love,
day,
love,
my
love,
friend.
love, love. Speak
Much love.
Thank you, Zeb. Would anyone else? I'm always curious as to, you know, like what were you experiencing before the meditation, and you know how do you feel now? That's always a really good kind of measure for me.
Well, it's for me. I was already sitting comfortably prior to the show, so
Cool.
I was already in my contented seat,
I like that.
and all I was doing was listening to your voice and following the instructions that you were giving, and letting that take me on somewhere where I wouldn't normally have gone to.
Okay, that's cool.
I think whenever I struggle listening to guided meditations. It's very difficult for me because I suffer with misophonia, and most guided meditations require, for some unknown reason, the guiding person who's doing the meditation and speaking to talk softly with the microphone right up to the mouth, and you get all the clicks and pops and squelches as they talk. And it absolutely drives me insane. So I can't listen to them mainly. So
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to like with you just now, that I could immerse myself in it without fear.
Oh, that's good. I
the
like
pops and
that.
the clicks kicking in and triggering my misophonia. So,
that's good. I like that.
I must have that too, Andy. It's like background noise disturbs your flow.
No, not background noise. No, it's not background noise. It's the biological noises that people make when they talk. Yeah. So, and it's totally unnecessary, but the odd one is fine. It's sort of like, it's just the odd one. But when you know it's going to be persistently there, and in a few seconds there's going to be another one, and it's like a guitar string plucking, and then you pluck it and it vibrates a tiny little bit, but then another one comes and it vibrates more, and another one comes and it starts vibrating, and before you know you've got a crescendo, and it's like, no, stop it.
Yeah.
Shut. Have a drink of water.
Yes.
Be mindful that other people don't want to hear you pop clicks and squelchings.
Absolutely. Well, I suppose being a trained actor, I am aware of the voice, and because it is, when you take someone through a guided meditation, it's like hypnosis. So you have to be very mindful of, how you say things. And, because I've got a script here that I was using, because it's words are spells. We know that. So, it's important to be aware of how you're saying things, and how it's going to affect the people that who are your audience, essentially. And I learned that as well from working with people who were if they hadn't been in a secure mental unit, they would have been in prison, basically. So I was very extremely aware of how words can trigger people who have severe mental illness. So it's I've been on quite a journey with using the voice, essentially. So thank you, Andy. That's actually really cool feedback. Thank you.
No problem.
And do you feel some people spell themselves by connecting something negative to the first two words, I am, and then because of their negative, what they put behind those two words, they're unable to come into abundance in health or wealth or wisdom because they feel lack. They feel I am unable to do it, but that's a limitation, or it's fear-based. So when you're around someone that is like that always, well, I can't do it myself. I need separation from it because it just brings too much dissonance into my field, and it upsets me. So I just want to get away from it as fast as I can. Instead of try and transmute it, I just want to flee from it because it brings such dissonance. And, you know what I mean?
I think it's so it's intention again, isn't it? So if someone's intention, is there another word to use? I suppose if someone's belief, if they don't actually fully buy into what they're saying. So when someone says, I am, and then, they can follow it with whatever they like, but the true sentence is, I am, that's it. If they don't actually, because you can say those words, you can say the words, I am, till the cows come home. But if there's no foundation to that, then there is a word. There's nothing to back it up. Does that make sense? Is that what you're kind of saying there, Kevin?
No.
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 I mean, that's how I would see it. If someone hasn't done the inner work, if you like, then all it is words to them, which you could say could have a negative impact because they don't have any solid foundation for the words that they are saying. Does that make more sense?
Okay, say someone says to me, you can't do that. Huh? You said what? I can't do what? Or they try and say, oh, you're this or you're that, or you're limited some way. It's beyond your scope to achieve those results. It's someone who brings in negativity. I know I'm able to do something. If someone comes in with an opposing, saying, no, you can't do that. That's impossible for you to do. You know what I mean now?
Yeah. Well, when anyone says that to me, it actually fuels me and kicks me up the arse.
Fires me up too. I'm not limited. I'm limitless, I say. And if you don't like it, take up.
Absolutely.
I'm confused now. What's that got to do with I am?
Well, if I say I am able, they say, no, you aren't. Oh, yes, I am able and I'm abundant in all my ways. Oh, no, but you suffer luck in this area. Oh, no, I don't. So
stop listening to them then.
Of course, that's what I mean. You have to create distance from that dissonance, or else it can upset your, your resonance, your harmony.
Your offends thee, chop it off.
Of course, what other people's opinions, especially about your own self, are none of your business, because it's always their stuff that they are, like trying to throw their shit at you, basically.
Project onto you.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, it tells you more about who they are than it does anything about yourself. So, what they're basically doing is they're pointing the finger at you, but there's three fingers pointing back at them. So,
I've learned to more observe and not react.
Yes. And the observations can be quite funny sometimes.
Yeah, when I know he's coming from Alex Jones as his guru, it's just kind of, yeah, okay.
Bless
Andy,
him.
it's 7:05.
Yes.
UK time.
Yes.
It's 3:05. Is it, Kevin? In Canada time?
2:05, Andy.
2:05.
Standard time, yes. He
Cool.
says.
Do you want to say a few words and we'll wrap the recording up and then we can have a chat afterwards?
Yeah, we can do that. So words of wisdom to finish on. What I would say is, you don't have to do any of this if you don't want to. But that's kind of why we're here. We're here to really go full 100% into this expansion of consciousness. So, don't let anything stop you if you want to. But if you don't want to, then just carry on. That's what I'd say. Carry on regardless.
Right, I stopped it there. I thought that was poignant. The Carry On films were quite funny, actually.
Oh, I love
Whenever
Carry On
anyone
films.
says that, always takes me back to watching Carry On films.